What is up, Ram fam? How's everyone making it out there during this COVID-19 and all these evacuations and stay at home orders and curfews and everything that's happening across this nation and across the world? So, here in DC, or the whole DMV area, we just recently got our stay at home orders, but of course, there are certain things that are allowed. So just wanna let's let this truck go by. Let's do. It's been a minute since I just chat and talk to you guys. Talk to you from the heart. How y'all handling it? For me, we've been here before with this whole stay at home and distance learning. Just as we were getting a routine back in place, yet something else happens. If you're new to my channel, you may not know, but as a reminder to others, we just got to Burkina Faso and we were there for 1 month. So in 1 month, you're just really starting to get your routine going. My boys was just starting to get into school. I was just starting to accept the fact that I had household help. And so letting her do her work and I find things to do with my time. And yet then we get evacuated out of Burkina Faso. So we go to DC and we're just starting to get a routine down packed here in DC. Well, we started off with distance learning, trying to keep our boys enrolled with their school in Burkina Faso, with hopes that we would return to the country soon or someday. So my boys, we already tried distance learning. We did that through the month of December and part of January. But of course, with it being the holidays, there were a lot of days that they weren't actually in school, but we knew that that wasn't working out very well for us. So I enrolled them in DC public schools. So they started at the end of January in DC public school, and we were just starting to get used to that, just getting the routine down. Me and Zendaya were just starting to figure out what we were doing with our time. And as a reminder, we're living in a hotel. So we're just starting to I don't know, just starting to get your routine down. And then this hits. So once again, as a military family, we are dealing with separation, family separation, as no control of our own, no fault of our own, and then this COVID. Now there's more things, and we're in a hotel, school adjustments, all types of things that are happening. Me, I know that I'm not a teacher. I've always appreciated teachers. I may have been, some people may have looked at it as a troublesome parent or over-involved parent or whatever, but I just like to ensure that when I'm doing homework, I know exactly how I'm helping my kid. So right now, I have been really frustrated trying to help Kamau. So I have a first grader, Kamau, I have an 8th grader, and I have a 10th grader. And trying to figure out working with them as well as entertain a 4-year-old all in a hotel, which is dealing with its own issues with COVID-19 of shutting down the restaurant, shutting down the conference room. They are limiting their workers as well. So in addition to just like regular things that we as a family are dealing with, and then as a city that we're dealing with, because last time we did this distance learning, we went to the library so we could spread out in the library. Okay, well, can't do that because the library is closed. So we figure, okay, we'll go downstairs to the restaurant or use one of the conference rooms. Well, you can't do that because there's no sitting down in places. Okay, well, then on top of that, since the hotel has to limit the amount of employees, our hotel room is only getting cleaned once a week. So you got to deal with that. Then, from a management standpoint, I'm talking to the front desk manager. She's got to deal with having to cut back people's hours because she doesn't want to lay people off. So She's got to deal with cutting back people's hours. There's other people who have been furloughed. It's just a lot of things. We think about, as a nation, we've been talking about the doctors and the social workers and the first responders and stuff. Well, hotels don't shut down either, and they're dealing with people every day too. And managers have to deal with managing their people, and how do you best manage people and deal with that? So right now I'm trying to help Kamau with his homework or schoolwork of math. It's like I know that he knows the material, so it could be 32 plus 2. He looks at that problem, he knows that the answer is 34. But the method that he has to learn is called number bonding. So he has to break down 32 into tens and ones. So he break it down 30 and 2, and he has to do 2 plus the other 2 plus 30. It is just like a ridiculous method that's taking forever for him to show that makes 34. So of course it's a bit confusing for him and me in the beginning, and he gets frustrated. And therefore I'm getting frustrated because it's like, I know you know the answer, I know you understand this, but I don't know how teachers do this with 12 to 24 students in their class over and over again. And for me, it is extremely frustrating because I know that my son knows what 32 plus 2 is. He knows that it's 34 when he looks at it. Then he's doing, like sight words and spelling and stuff that is like, he knows how to do this stuff. I was just watching him yesterday do a video, and it put up like 4 words that start with S and 4 words that start with T. Then it was asking which one of these pictures starts with an S, which one of these starts with a T. I don't remember what a first grader is supposed to do. But in Kamau's case, like, he's known this stuff forever. So for me to have to sit with him all day and he's doing things that are like this is frustrating. Then I have to focus on my 8th grader who is doing things and not staying focused on his task. This is like irritating. So this is, it's been a while since I just sat there and talked to you guys like straight up. This is the realest Ram. About to sign out. Leave me comments. Let me know how you guys have been dealing with this pandemic, this stay at home. What are you doing? And no need to fear being truthful. There's all these articles out there on what to do. How are you deal with it? Let's use this time to like bond with our families and bond with our friends and make phone calls. But, sometimes we just got to be real that this stuff is darn frustrating. A lot of us didn't sign up to be teachers. A lot of us didn't sign up to be stuck in the room. A lot of us out there prefer to work at a job away. Even those of us who are stay-at-home moms, we would prefer to be working at a job outside of the home. And it's difficult. And even though you may have chosen to have more than one child, it's a bit frustrating and difficult to manage more than one kid. So what have you been doing to deal with this COVID-19? How have you been getting through? Leave me a comment, thumbs up, and see you next time.